Alright, today we're doing a video about nature study, geography, copywork, and dictation. Per a comment that we got in one of our previous videos about Ambleside Online, and I'm going to do it from my front porch while I talk with you guys about the different ways we implement those things in our house as an Ambleside heavy family. We don't use Ambleside exclusively, but we do use them a lot. And so for the first one, nature study, and we have worked really hard to make this a place of reprieve and that we enjoy. So as you can see, we've got grass up in the spring garden bed, we've got a lot of herbs, we've got some trees, and we've got the view of the mountains. Now we utilize that a lot within our home to do nature study. We look at bugs, birds, shells that are found from snails, their trails, the trees, their buds, their leaves. We watch, don't mind this, someone's picking up our old stove. We watch the birds, we watch the squirrels, we just take notes of all the things around us, and we also do it at the shopping plazas in the town that we live in, and we use our backyard, and we use friends' homes and the parks. And I keep a book, a nature journal. It's just a notebook of blank paper, not lined paper, but like art paper, and a thing of colored pencils in the car. So wherever we are, if the kids find something they want to sketch, they do it, and we don't make it a scheduled time necessarily like Ambleside would recommend. We have it kind of spaced out, and it differs. So that is just one you have to find. Even like in the bad weather when it's really hot or really cold, even just listening to bird sounds online or watching a video about them, those all count as studying nature, even though obviously it's better to get it in person. Now for geography, Ambleside recommends a site, and I will link it in the description, and it is essentially like a game you and your children can play where you choose a area and you can focus on identifying those points on the map. Now we like computers, we use technology in our family. We're not an old school Charlotte Mason family in the sense that we don't use any technology, but also there are these books called and then it gives a reference to like United States, Mexico, Africa, the world. We love those as another opportunity to be drawing maps. Another resource that we use is Invictus Classical Press. They also have maps, and I just make my kids freehand them and label them, and just by drawing them and labeling them, they are getting exposed to that, and we'll also talk about it if we hear it in a story. So like, for example, in year 4 of Ambleside, you're going to read Robinson Crusoe, and now they have something labeled Robinson Crusoe Island, but you can look it up and where it is and see where it is in correlation to where you live. That's one way we like to get geography in. And then also just verbally quizzing, kind of like mental math, but geography. So if you've learned and studied an area for a while, you can do that. Another great way is to use an actual map, a printed map when you're traveling. If your family travels for vacation, well, having your kids look at a map and understand the map is another great way to utilize that. Now, as for copywork, dictation, and recitation. So for copywork for our family, we did a few different things. I bought pre-made books for copywork that are related to some of the stuff that we've learning. So my oldest daughter is using a Shakespeare, can you shut the door for me? Copy workbook, and I'll show you that right now. And we also have a Narnia cursive book that we use. Those are our copy work. They are Charlotte Mason inspired, and they are good enough for us. So this is the Learning Cursive in Narnia, and then this is the copy workbook for William Shakespeare. On Amazon, they have got dozens of options. Now, those are a little too hard for my second daughter. So she has this from Simply Charlotte Mason called Primary Copy Workbook, and I just write a sentence. She copies it. It correlates with things that we're learning in the Bible or within the books that we're reading, since that is the Charlotte Mason way for copy work. And then as for dictation and recitation, so we use Bible verses because that is the easiest way to go about doing those, and we do not do it all the time. We may do it once a week, we may do it once a month, depending on our schedules. So how that works for us is I will pick one verse, and you could pick a line from a book or poem that you like, and I have the kids study it. They read it over and over and over again. They keep looking at it, and every day we say it aloud as a group. And then after we've done that for 4 or 5 days, we go ahead and be like, okay, without looking at it, recite it to me. Can you say it by memory? Let's see what we have got wrong. But we also use that for our dictation. So the kids will get a lined piece of paper, computer paper, notebook, whatever it may be, and I will go ahead and say, all right, this is what we're going to write. And they just do that. And I'm a more relaxed style parent. I just got to check on my cobbler really quick. A relaxed style parent when it comes to those things. I do not tend to stress about them because we're getting them in, may not always be in a perfect way, but that's how we do it. Simple enough for us. Now, if you are struggling at all with poetry within a Charlotte Mason education or the Ambleside way, one of my favorite things, and we've already finished ours for the year, but I'll go in our little library room to show you. It made it completely easy for me because we sat down, and again, we combined years, so this is going to vary for every family. You could just choose to do one book and make it work for your whole family for all years. Ambleside puts off on Amazon. You can buy these. They have them for free on their website too, but I prefer an actual book. Ambleside Online Poetry Anthology Volume 4. So it gives us the 3 terms of poets and 1 poem per day. It literally lines up perfectly and made me not have to worry about it at all. It worked out wonderful. We didn't really go beyond studying their lives or anything like that. We just read 1 poem a day, and occasionally if the kids had questions about them, then we will look into it. So I hope that that is helpful for you specifically, and helpful to those who are also kind of in the trenches of figuring out Ambleside, because again, their website can be overwhelming and it is a heavy curriculum in comparison to maybe something a little bit lighter or traditional. So that is it for this video. I hope that that is a help and a blessing. If you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'm happy to answer questions about frugal living, homeschooling, and all those things that we do, and we'll see you next time.